Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to this free training, 3 ways to thrive in the new normal and grow your practice. I'm going to share some awesome tips with you today because if you want to grow in the new normal that we're all stepping into, you're going to want to hear this. Now, first of all, let's find out if you are in the right place. Now, if you're a holistic practitioner, you see the patient as a whole being, then you're in the right place. I mean, this encompasses many professions. Maybe you're a biological dentist, a chiropractor, a physical therapist, an acupuncturist, a naturopath, a health coach, or some other type of healthcare provider. But if you see the person as a whole being, it's their whole body and their lives, then you're looking at this from a holistic perspective. And in my mind, that makes you a holistic practitioner. Now, this training is for you if you want to adapt to the changes as the result of this worldwide pandemic, COVID-19. Things are different now. We're entering a new normal, and to thrive and continue to serve your patients and your clients, you need to make some adjustments to your practice if you've not already done this. And there's tremendous opportunity for those who are willing to step out and make these changes because not everyone is going to. And so there are going to be practices that are closing, people that are dropping off. And if you can be ahead of the curve, so to speak, you're setting yourself apart and differentiating your practice. And I'm guessing that you'd prefer to have a full schedule so that you can feel secure in this uncertain time as well. This training is for you if you know, you understand the value of shifting to a more automation and virtual services. With the guidelines of social distancing and safety that we have today, you know, things need to change. COVID-19 is probably not going away, at least not anytime soon, and there will always be some other type of health issue to deal with. We are stepping into a new chapter. And if you want to differentiate yourself from the competition and thrive in this new normal, you're going to really want to consume this information. So, like most people, you're probably eager to make adjustments and use marketing strategies that save you time and money rather than costing you more time and money. So, here's what we're going to cover today: the most effective ways to build your online visibility. We're going to talk about strategies to reach the most people so that you can have greater impact through your holistic approach. We're going to talk about effectively conveying patient safety in this COVID-19 era. This is really important. And we're going to discover tools to automate processes and increase touchless communication. So you'll discover how to nurture relationships with existing patients and clients, as well as your inactive patients. You'll discover how to attract more of your ideal patients when you want new people. And you're going to master the art of repurposing your content. Just talking about repurposing is going to be, I think, a huge value to you on today's session. And then we'll talk about effectively monetizing your biggest asset, which is your patient database. So let me tell you a little bit about me. You're probably wondering, who am I listening to and why should I listen to her? Well, my name is Bonnie Gressel. And I started my private practice back in 2005 as a holistic nurse practitioner after leaving a large multi-specialty clinic. I worked in internal medicine and then later on in neurology. And I was able to build my private practice from nothing, really, to 6 figures in less than 2 years. And then in 2009, a life-changing event caused me to make another change in my career path. So together with my husband, Mike Duplays, who's a professional writer, we created M&B Global Solutions. We have learned from some of the best mentors and coaches in the industry, and we understand what it takes to create a successful hybrid practitioner business, which is combining brick and mortar with virtual services. So now practitioners hire us to help them grow their online visibility and make adjustments in their practice so that they can thrive in the new normal and beyond. So in this training, I want to share 3 easy to implement strategies so you can reach more people and improve more lives today. So let's talk about the first strategy, which is making your website the hub of your practice. I mean, your website is really like your office online, and it's open 24 hours a day. It doesn't close at 5 o'clock or whatever. So identify the type of person your practice is for, because It's not for everyone, obviously. So let them know that they're in the right place by identifying who they are. Welcome them. And then make it easy for your visitors to find answers to common questions. You know, those questions you get all the time? Make sure that it's easy for them to find the answers quickly, because you really only have maybe 2 to 5 seconds to grab someone's attention and keep them on your website so that they're looking around at more things. And then share what you're doing to provide for patient safety. This is especially important today because there's about 50% of the population that studies have shown that are still concerned about catching COVID-19 and getting sick. And so you want to make sure that you are upfront with what you're doing for patient safety. It's not going to scare people away. It's going to make them feel more secure. And then share what your visitors can do on their own to boost their immune system, to make them a not so nice host for the virus to latch onto. Integrate with social media. You know, having everything in one place. Your website is the hub. It's your office. So, having a video on your About page allows you to introduce yourself, connect with your visitors, and therefore connect with your potential ideal patients. Explain who you are and why you do what you do. I think that's important to people. But don't make it all about you. Make it about who your visitor is, who your ideal patient is, because they have to know what's in it for them. So, your About page video, or wherever you end up putting that video, should be introducing you and how you can help them, but also speak to what they're dealing with. Talk in terms of what they're using in their language. You know, are they calling things by certain words? Are they describing things in a certain way? That will help you to connect to your visitors in a better way. And then have an opt-in form so that people can leave contact information in exchange for a valuable gift from you, which might be, you know, answers to common questions. It might be how to do something, how, you know, to stay safe, in how to boost your immune system. Whatever it is, whatever you do in your practice, I'm sure that you get, you know, common questions from people all the time. Creating an information sheet about that is valuable to people. And you want to make it valuable enough, though, so that they are willing to give you their contact information. And it might be a name and email. Some people ask for a phone number and then follow up with phone as well. It's totally up to you, but have some way to engage those people and have some sort of action that they can take when they're on your website. And then differentiate yourself and highlight your practice and your expertise. Show them why you're the number one choice. This is especially important for potential patients. Your existing patients probably already know that, but it's always good to remind them anyway. But for your potential patients, let them know what makes you different, why they should come to see you rather than someone else. And your website should be easy to navigate. And obviously, it should provide value. Now, the navigation piece is something that people don't always get right. You can have the prettiest website in the world, but if people can't find what they're looking for easily, they'll leave. And so easy to navigate is really, really important. And then using automated tools, making it easy for people is kind of the general theme here. You want to make it easy for your ideal patients, for your potential ideal patients. So using automated tools like a scheduling system, you know, that way they don't have to wait until the office is open in the morning or there's someone there to answer the phone. They can schedule or at least request an appointment time right then and there on your website. Some people use live chat or some sort of other messaging or text messaging. However, you make it easy for people. That's kind of the theme here. And then create easy ways. There's that word again. Create easy ways for patients to complete online forms. You probably have routine online forms that people have to read and sign. There's a way to do that online. And then you can be paperless and touchless. I mean, touchless signatures. It's a safety factor as well as a convenience factor for people. And then have your contact information and a call to action like that opt-in form I was just talking about on every page, because people may not land on your homepage first. They might land on a page really hidden in your site. So you want that information on every page. And then the second strategy is be easy to find online. You know, now you've got a website that's easy to navigate, has valuable information, easy ways for people to connect with you, but they have to find you. So there's a lot of things that you can do that are free and simple to do. You just need to know to do them. So leveraging your visibility by using free tools like Google My Business and other directories is really, really important, because when people search for you, those things often pop up before your website does. So they'll find you in those places. Now, one thing I'm going to say, this is a little tip about online directories. When you put your listing out in online directories, make sure it's exactly the same wording as it is on every listing. The reason is, if you use the word street, STREET, and then in another place you abbreviate street by ST period, it will see, or Google will see, and other search engines will see you as two different places, two different practices or businesses. So you want to be sure it's exactly the same on every directory. Otherwise, you're really not getting the boost in ranking that you should. And then use keywords that people are searching for when they're looking for somebody like you. You know, keywords are things that people put in the search bar on Google or whatever search engine they're using to find what they're looking for. So make sure that those keywords are linked to you, are directing them to your website. And then leveraging the power of video. I can't stress this enough. 2020 is, and it's probably started in 2019, the power of video is getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day. People want to see you. I mean, you can do a brief introduction and then switch to some slides if you don't want to be on camera. That's fine too. You don't have to have your face on camera, but at least have an image of you, a picture. Like I did in this presentation. So leveraging the power of video is really important and helps you to be seen online. Now, I'm sure you probably know that Google owns YouTube now. So Google ranking, at least, Bing might be a little different, but Google ranking gives you a little extra love when you have videos on YouTube because it's part of their platform. And then speak to your ideal audience. When you're doing a video, writing copy, sending emails out, whatever it is, speak to your ideal audience. Using the word you is really helpful because it makes the person feel like you're talking to them. And then use content marketing for search engine optimization, or SEO. You know, like regular blog posts or videos, or if you do a podcast, something that is content. That is hugely important in the long-term SEO. It takes a little longer to get the action. You know, it's faster, I guess, in ads. But then once the ad stops, so does your visibility. If you have content out there, you'll be out there. You know, you'll be out there for the long haul. And that's really what you want, to able to build those lifetime relationships with your ideal patients, is to have stuff for them to consume. And then using multidimensional communication is really key, because people have different preferences in how they prefer to receive information. Some people like to read things, some people like to listen to things, and some people would rather see it, or see a demonstration, or see your face, or whatever. So if you have written, audio, and video communication, I think all of those pieces should be on your website, in social media stuff, wherever you have content. Using that multidimensional communication is important because it will help you to reach the most people. And then meet your ideal patients where they hang out. You know, if they hang out on Facebook, as an example, then make sure you have a Facebook business page and engage with them. If they hang out on Instagram, you know, find out where they hang out and meet them there, because not everybody's going to come to your website initially. They might find you, say they're searching for something. Your Facebook page may come up before your website. So it behooves you to have your link to your website on your Facebook page. It's linking everything together. And then have an active Facebook page. I think Facebook, I don't know how you feel about it, and there's varying opinions, but I think it still is probably the biggest sort of search engine besides Google. So having a Facebook business page is really important. Have a complete profile, use the app so that you can take appointments, ask questions, people can contact you on there, because people are on social media, and maybe they're on Facebook. Most people are these days. And there's other platforms as well. I don't want you to have to do them all, but I think a Facebook business page is a key thing. And then provide valuable content, as always, and be consistent. Post your blogs and your videos, whatever it is that you make on your website to social media and vice versa. You'll get added exposure, and then backlinks help your search engine ranking as well. And then share personal content. I mean, show that you have a life outside the office. You're not just, a person in a lab coat or whatever it is, however you dress at the office. Let them know that there's more to you than just the practice. Maybe what you do in the community, what you do to keep yourself healthy, those kinds of things. And then interact and comment with your followers and your friends. Make sure that you respond to people. Um, Keep an eye on that. And as I mentioned before, be consistent. So the third strategy is adjusting your practice for the new normal. First of all, reach out to those inactive patients. Everybody's got an inactive database, right? You can reactivate many of those people just by communicating with them and showing them that you care. Send them a note or a postcard or call them or whatever and just say, hey, just to know I'm thinking about you. I hope you're doing okay. And then, let have a call to action with that is really the best way to do it. Invite them to call you, to connect with you again. So don't think that those inactive patients are sort of, dead to you. Just reach out, because you don't know if you don't ask. And then support and nurture your active patient database with consistent communication. If you do a podcast or a blog or a vlog, which is a video blog, basically, you can put those things in a newsletter. Some people would rather get something in writing in a newsletter than go to your website on a regular basis or to your blog on a regular basis. So make sure that you repurpose that information and create a newsletter or some sort of ongoing communication that's consistent with the stuff that you've created, the stuff that you have. And then add new contacts to your email list with that sign up option that I mentioned earlier, the opt in, right? Giving them something valuable in exchange for them volunteering their contact information. And then repurposing existing content into multiple formats. I am a big proponent of repurposing. I repurpose just about everything. Patient handouts can become blogs. You can feature your blogs or blog excerpts in a newsletter, on social media. There's so many things that you can do to repurpose what you already have. And then effectively communicate your focus on patient safety. Right now, this is really, really important. So that's something that we maybe didn't have to think about before, but now I think we do. So it's a way to make adjustments in your practice for this new normal that we're coming into. Now, your office may not have opened yet. Maybe it is open. Maybe it never closed. Whatever your situation is, I think people need to feel safe, not just knowing that you're the expert that can help them, but that their safety is part of that visit. And then creating those online forms, adding touchless signatures. There are so many ways to do this, because there's certain things that you do over and over and over again. You've got a stack of papers in your office. Going paperless is the way of the future, in my mind. And then provide an option for virtual consultations. Now, I don't mean to be diagnosing necessarily on, over the internet or something, because you might need to touch a person or see them in person or whatever. But you can begin that consultation with history taking, getting information about what's going on with them. So virtual consults, there's a place for that in this new normal. And I know I do those with some of my healthcare practitioners, and I love it. It's so much more convenient. And then you can also do, obviously, counseling, teaching as appropriate, going over lab results. Whatever you can do virtually, I think, is help to everyone, for your patients and for you. And then offer the ability to accept online payment. That's easy to do today, and it's, again, paperless. Then you're not dealing with checks or cash or people touching things or a pen to write a check, and is it a dirty pen or a clean pen? You don't have to deal with any of those things if you can accept online payment. And offer automated scheduling. Make it easy for people. It's all about, or much of it is about, making it easy for your potential clients. Because if they feel safe, they trust you, it's easy for them, you're going to be the go-to person for them. And then encourage your current patients to leave reviews and thank them when they do. There's so many different ways that you can do that these days. And people often want to leave a review or tell you things in person, but don't like think, oh yeah, I should leave a review. So encourage them to, remind them to. Make it easy for your clients, your current clients and patients to refer you to other people. And again, there's many ways to do this as well. And then cost effectively use ads. Ads get you that, as I mentioned before, that quick response, and you'll get more leads or potential clients or patients. But when the ads stop, generally the visibility stops too. So the long-term goal is to do that with organic traffic, which is a lot of content marketing actually. But most people we encourage to do both. Do a little bit of paid ads to get the ball rolling, but then also do the content marketing as well. So that covers our 3 strategies that I wanted to share with you today. And I want to also let you know that Mike and I have set some time aside for you. I mean, every practice is different. So we've set aside a time in our schedule to work with you personally at no charge. So together, I want to help you create a blueprint for your practice so that you can move forward and thrive in this COVID-19 era and beyond. Now, this is not a sales call. It's absolutely free and no strings attached, but it's not to sell you something. It's to help you walk away with a plan, a blueprint. So who is this call for? Well, it's for holistic practitioners or decision makers in your office that, you want your practice to thrive in this unprecedented time. And maybe you have an office manager that does a lot of the stuff for you so that you can spend your time seeing patients. So whether it's the practitioner themselves or a decision maker in your office, doesn't matter and we can talk to both of you. That doesn't make a difference either. It can be a joint call. We do these calls on Zoom, and so as many people who want to can join the call. So that's who this is for. Now you might wonder, Bonnie, why are you doing this? Well, the bottom line is we've been there where you are, right? More than once. And so there's so many things that we've learned, and I want to pay it forward because our goal is to help you reach the most people possible in your efforts to create a healthier population. And I know you can do that, but sometimes it's just the stuff that you didn't think about or an outside perspective or view on something. We want to pay it forward so that you can consistently fill your practice. Filling that schedule, those chairs, the whatever language you use to fill your schedule, we want you to help you do that and grow your practice because there are some people who are going to go out of business in this whole pandemic issue. And so there's going to be more of a need for people. And now more than ever, people need to be healthier, right? So that they are, in the best place possible to not get sick themselves. So I really want to help you to help others. It's my way of sort of extending that help that we can give. So the free strategy session, I will put the link below this video as well, but it's just going to our scheduling software, and you can just schedule a time that's convenient for you. There'll be a short application that I'll ask you to complete just so that we can make the most of our time together so that we don't, spend time just kind of looking at your website and all of that. We'll do that ahead of time so that we're prepared for the call so that we can make the most of it for you. So here's our contact information again. If you want to check us out, our website is there, email is there. And again, I'll put these somewhere around this video as well. And then the strategy session can be scheduled at that schedule link. So I hope to hear from you. And I really know in my heart that you can thrive in this new era and beyond, but not everybody will. So if you're one of the people who really wants to thrive and grow your practice and help more people and keep doing what you believe you were meant to do, then we want to help you get there. Talk to you soon.